Yes.
Oh, right now?
Yeah. We're just saying hi.
Right now,
We're not really doing. This is the pre-show. We want people to populate.
Can I grab a drink real quick?
Yeah,
go
we're
ahead.
going to kick you out eventually. So you're not going to be starting the show.
Can I kick them out?
Yeah, you could be the one to do that.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, good.
But now is the time. We like to do this here. We like to really send out the tweets and the what have yous.
Yep. Yeah.
Really get the people going.
Yes.
It's provocative.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. Oh, I just saw an image. I'm sharing it on Facebook. And I just saw the image of Jake Gyllenhaal. I heard about all the Taylor Swift stuff. I got the rundown on that this morning.
Just the drive-by murder of Jake Gyllenhaal this weekend.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift needs to find some new inspiration,
I gotta be honest. Like, I gotta go back and I know I've never said she was bad, but I've always been like, she's not for me. But realizing what she does, like what she sings about, I might actually love her if I really give her a good chance.
I think you would. I think you're too hooked on like classic kind of like pop country Taylor Swift, and she really, really transitioned out of the country genre quite quickly.
Yep. Yeah. And they kicked her out too because they're idiots. But whatever. As much as I love,
I can't support her. I can't support her. She's just using men for music.
You can't support her.
What man has ever used a woman for music before?
I'm pretty sure.
What man has ever used a woman ever? I mean, who stands for that?
Never.
I'm pretty sure Michael Bolton has done that once or twice.
That's
maybe,
true. The saxophonist himself.
It's all Scheim. It really all comes back to Kanye because Wes is the biggest Kanye fan ever, and after what happened,
I'm gonna be honest. So I've never been a huge Kanye fan, but
be careful.
I had a Spotify mix. One of the songs from Donda came on. I enjoyed it. I very much enjoyed it.
Well, that's all. I think
was it Hurricane? Is that it?
Oh, sure. Is it with The Weeknd?
Yes. Yeah. Loved it. I was all in. I'm like, yep, this is a great song.
Yeah, he has good stuff. Listen, he's a divisive character. It's an open wound for me. It's an open sore. And what Nick just did right there was attempting to pour salt into it. And you wanted to see me squirm like the snail that I am when you're talking about Kanye West. And I just can't do it.
I understand because I'm a massive J. Cole fan, and The Ringer once came out with an entire long piece article on if J. Cole is actually a good rapper or if he just makes a bunch of shit puns. And when you actually go back and look at it, I digested you bitches. I haven't even taken a shit yet because it's like some of the lines are actually quite funny, and I'm like I never realized how much he uses shitting in his lyrics, and it's kind of tremendous.
J. Cole,
say he's the scat rapper, scatter.
I don't think there's a love affair with the scat per se, but he references it many a times.
This is going to give me a good reason to go back through J. Cole's catalog and just
every time he references his bowels or taking a shit, you're going to notice.
It's probably OBJ's favorite rapper.
I love it. Okay, let's get started, gentlemen. I love this. This is going to be great stuff here. Let's kick everyone out.
All right, I'll get Billy.
All right, enjoy the show, fellas.
Oh, you beat me to it.
Oh, you did it. I'm sorry. I was supposed to let you. I was quick.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to kick him out. Here we go. Boom. I got him.
All right. Just feel good. Okay. 3. You feel good here? You ready?
I feel like I should have a hat on. Everybody else has a hat on. I got
physically ready. No, you gotta let the main rock there. Let it flow.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Physically ready. Mentally prepared.
Sure. Yes.
From the teeth of the tongue. Okay. 3, 2, 1. This podcast knows how to wipe its own ass and has teeth that are made of wool. I am Wesley Sykes, and through the other side of the ether is the Dylan to my Cole Sprouse, Mr. Nicholas J. Esquire, foster child for hire.
How are we doing tonight, Wes? I'm excited. I know that.
I am very excited. I have 1, 2, 3 hard nipples. I am rearing and ready to go here because this week we are going back to one of our fan favorites. Of course, the Build a Cinema series for 1999 movies. We have a few very special guests who we're going to tease that out as much as we can. We're not going to give that away just yet. But before all that, Nick, you got any good airline stories you recently want to share?
Oh, yeah.
Anything on your mind?
Well, yeah. Well, as I mentioned, I think last episode, I was going down to Florida for a wedding. And by the time we landed, it was 1 a.m. But when we were returning, and the lift rates were like, I know they spike, but Wes, it was from Logan to Dorchester. It was like $112 ride on Lyft. Took a cab for the first time in ages. Maybe since like the aughts.
If I could interject, if you're in a city, that's where I go. I'm pro cab. I'm not downloading a Lyft or an Uber or anything. No, I'm giving my service to the yellow cab taxi service.
Okay, well, I don't know white cab, so you say what you want about me, I guess, at that point.
Well, yeah, that says more. Yeah, that says a lot.
So, anyways, but the real weird thing that happened on the plane, Wes, was we're getting on I think it's the connecting flight from Charlotte to Boston, going home, and there's this dude a couple rows in front of us off to the left side, and he puts his bag up and he turns around and looks to the flight attendant. Do you have a 29A? As in his fucking seat. He's in the row. It's like, look to your right, jackass. Is right fucking there.
Can I buy a vowel?
Sure. Like I don't know what? Huh? I seriously think that might be the dumbest question I've ever heard in my life. Is at least top five.
He purchased a seat on an airline. Just want to make sure I followed it. Was given a seat and then asked the flight attendant on said plane where his seat was, not where his seat was, but what his seat was.
Does it exist? Yes. Yeah. Does it exist? Does 29A exist? This is not Southwest Airlines where you choose your own seats. I could excuse it maybe then, but this is American Airlines. You have an assigned seat. You can change it. You got to pay up for it, but it's assigned no matter what.
Now, see, I'm a real novice when it comes to airlines. Southwest Airlines is general admittance. It's just a free-for-all. It's like a goddamn Travis Scott concert. You're just going everywhere.
You have boarding groups, so you get on at certain times. But if you if you check in earlier, or if you do like priority or whatever it is, I haven't done Southwest in a while, but that's how it works. Yeah, it's free. Wherever the hell you want to sit at that point.
Wow, that is nuts. Okay, well that's pretty crazy because you were just on a flight to Florida. I went to Florida recently. We both came back. We hear all these crazy things about Florida being the armpit of America.
We're barely alive.
Some could say I was in the armpit of America. Not that bad.
Well, I mean, well, now you got to go to Lubbock, Texas, and then tell me what the armpit of America is. Then
Lubbock, Texas. Okay, all right. Yes, well, that's high on my destination list. I'll keep that up there
for sure.
Yeah. What do you say we get over to trending now? Let's move right along here.
All right, sure. Well, I mean, it's just like it's kind of us again. Kind of at the top of the headlines this week, Wes, with all the Disney Plus stuff. We hear about the X-Men '97 show.
And that's right. And it sounds like we're getting a big head right here. I just want to deflate you real quick. We got a message from Billy Delaney. Always go cab from the airport. That is a rookie move, Fryer. Just so put the pin in the head there real quick for you. But I think we did make some news again for another week, right? Aside from the X-Men '97 announcement on the Disney Plus day and everything like that. So that's pretty exciting news there.
It's almost like Casey Walsh is good at his job. I mean, like that'd be weird to say because there's so many people who want to fight him on his reports, but it's like he's kind of accurate like the majority of the time.
He welcomes it though. I feel like he keeps the gloves on. He keeps that thing on him at all times.
I don't understand why he feeds into it so much. It's bad. It's bad.
But of course, okay, so aside from the X-Men '97, which I think we're all on board for this reboot, soft sequel, whatever it might be, I think we're all on board for that. But what is one thing you liked, one thing you didn't like, and something that you may want more information on, one way or the other? Okay,
love the Moon Knight stuff that we got. Looked really good. The Agatha Harkness show sounds great.
So I have questions about that, though. And that's not one of my spots here. We'll just talk this out for a second, but like, the Agatha, like, what do you think about what? Like, I love the character. I just think that, like, I was talking about this with Goo. I took a news dump this morning with him, and we're like, I love the character as a side character. It was messy.
Okay, it was messy. That makes sense.
A couple of times we were constipated. We tried to do it last night, and it got held over to Monday morning.
I gotta say, with Mac, like there's wet wipes involved, so there's no issues about cleanliness whatsoever. But,
right, that's good. Yeah, a little bit of water, a little bit of dry, wet, dry action there. Usually, like how you like to coat a fried chicken.
Exactly. Anyways, back to the Disney Plus. God damn, man. Agatha. So yeah, I definitely have questions about this show, but I'm really excited about it because I know we like Catherine Hahn's character. She did a great job. They, the twists and everything, of course.
Where else do they go? Where do they go?
I think that when you're talking about witchcraft, there's a lot of different stuff you can do, and then you're talking about bringing in mutants and whatever. There's things that you could do there as well. So I don't know. That's definitely needs more info. It definitely files under that as well. There is one other thing that's ahead of that for me though, and that's Echo, which I'm like. I know very little about this character. Like I know she's linked to Daredevil, Wilson Fisk's stepdaughter. So there's a lot there.
Oh, okay,
She's like one of the few deaf characters in comics, if not the only one in Marvel. But
Makari was actually deaf, right? In the Eternals.
I don't know if she was in the comics, so that's the only reason why. So I'm not certain. But either way, one of the few, regardless. So I'm very excited to learn more about this character. And the only thing I would say I kind of disliked was the Kenobi Vader art, because I don't get what we're doing here. What is this? Like, I've been confused about the Kenobi series for a while. You can understand somewhat where they're going to go, but call me crazy, but when they did A New Hope, didn't Vader say like, the last time I saw you, you were the master, and now I'm the master? Like, if they see each other in the middle, then it's kind of like, not really.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really care about Star Wars. You can go have Star War on your own time, as far as I'm concerned. But that didn't really interest me too much there. So Agatha House of Harkness, is this a prequel where she goes back and graduates from the Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, and she's like from House Slytherin, and we find out that it wasn't really Voldemort, but it was Agatha all along?
Yeah, okay, yes, I'm sure that's what
it's all connected. See, right?
Yeah,
it was. I brought that joke all the way around at some point.
Yes, you did.
Eventually landed there. Okay, some things I liked. I like She-Hulk. I love a tall drink of water. I'm kind of thirsty right now, so I think that kind of works out pretty well. I'm intrigued by that story. Again, this is what you'll see. What I liked. I also liked Moon Knight. Moon
All the same
shine
thing.
So bright. But I think that stuff I'm interested in, because I know it. I have some sort of a connection to it prior to this MCU rush that we've gotten over the last few years or so, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Echo, Ironheart to a degree. If they tie in stuff with Iron Man and Black Panther and stuff like that, I think that could be pretty interesting. So that's cool. But this is a jumping of the shark moment for me. I think for Marvel, I think this is almost to the point where oversaturation, too much. There's going to be these are kind of starting to feel like CW, DC type shows, and that worries me.
I think that's pretty fair, because there are definitely characters that we're talking about here that, like Echo, again, I've never heard of her before, and then Agatha, same thing, like a character who I know but necessarily didn't care as much about until Catherine Hahn's portrayal of her. But the thing is that they've done this before us, where we've dealt with characters who, I know we all know Captain America, but I've told you countless times, Captain America comics do not sell. I don't know that they even did back when Superman comics were the number one.
But I know, and I know they've done this with Guardians of the Galaxy and other characters and things like that. But I just think coming off of the lacklusterness of maybe a little bit of disappointment, if you will, of Black Widow, Eternals, some of the major movies, even Shang-Chi to a certain degree in some corners. There's a little bit of disappointment here. And I just wonder if that disappointment rolls into Marvel fatigue maybe faster than we expected.
Well, we've been talking about Marvel fatigue for a while, and I understand the concern. I think it's fair, because they've been doing this for so friggin' long, but they've shown us multiple times that that's not going to be a thing. And as much as you raise a good point, that if you want to say 2 out of the last 3 movies didn't do as well monetarily, the way they were accepted by critics or their audience, I mean, that's fair. But I also think with the Eternals, that was one going in. There's these are characters we don't care as much about. Even still, we both agreed. I know we didn't get a chance to reflect on after our conversation if you wanted to move your grade, because I think you had to add an 80, and you said you wanted a chance to talk about it. We kind of got away from that. Did you want to keep that there?
Yeah, I think I'll keep that there.
I think that's fair.
I think we're good with that too.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't want this to be, again, too much. I just don't. I don't care as much anymore.
That's okay. Well, I hope you don't lose that, because that's.
I know. I got a couple of podcasts tied up into this here. I got dogs to feed.
Well, you're gonna have something else to watch, Wes. I mean, I don't know if you care a whole hell of a lot about Halo. Did you ever play that game in college?
Oh yeah, that Halo, the first one on Xbox. I remember getting that. I don't know, in 8th grade. One of the few advantages of being a COD, of course, not a Call of Duty player, but a child of divorce, is you get 2 Christmases, you get 2 birthdays, you also get 2 systems at each house. So I had a PS2 at one house, I had an Xbox at the other, And with that first Xbox, where the Madden was also Halo, I remember playing that original game. And the flood at night, it's just like scaring the shit out of me.
Fuck the flood, man. They were terrifying.
But yeah, playing that like online and stuff in college. Yeah, like I love Halo. I don't know if video game movies work, let alone video game TV series. So
it's definitely risky. I mean, Mortal Kombat turned out pretty solid. I mean, it's not a thing we talked about on the show because there's not a whole lot of depth to it. But I'm interested in whatever they do for the sequel. And I like the animated show as much as a movie, as much as I know you hated it.
But you hit on it though, because like Mortal Kombat, what was great about it is that it lacked the depth and it knew it, right? It's like they had fun with it, and it was a movie and it's action. It knew what it was. Like what's this series? This feels like it's going to try to be something of substance more.
Yeah, it could be. It's. I mean, Halo has like an epic nature to it, just like with the Gregorian chant all the time. And then of course, just the way everybody felt about the game when it came out still feels about it. I mean, like for the longest time, like I've had Xbox forever. The reason I got Xbox, I think, was because of Halo, and then just from there on out, I've just stuck with it because of Halo, like naturally. But I don't know. Like either way, though, I'm interested in the show coming out on Paramount Plus. We got the first teaser trailer, looks solid. But I don't have Paramount Plus. I just don't know if I'm going to make that jump for this one show.
It's not going to make me sign up for it. I'm not doing it for Ted Lasso. I'm not doing it for Halo. You know, there's a barometer there, right?
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, I tried Ted Lasso and it just didn't do it for me, but that's a me thing. So anyways, time for the comic book minute before we get to the main topic we have planned for today. Real quick, we have Nightwing 86 out this week. That's been a must-read series since Tom Taylor took over. Robins 1, which is going to feature all the Robins, including Stephanie Brown. And what's going to happen is there's someone else coming back who's claiming that she was the first Robin. It's not Stephanie Brown. Not sure who it is, but it sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's a 7-issue series, definitely a limited one. Marvel Dark Ages has been awesome. 3rd issue of that is out this week. And King Spawn, which actually Spawn is now available on Netflix if you guys want to go watch that. King Spawn has been outstanding series. Sean Lewis, of course, we've had him on the show a few times. He's writing another Spawn book that's coming out in December. Maybe we have him on TLDR again. Maybe not. We'll see. But he's been doing a great job there. Speaking of TLDR, Joe and I are doing an all Marvel episode next week, or this week, excuse me, Hawkeye and Black Knight. I just, rallying to the finish line, Wes. But yeah, Hawkeye and Black Knight. We're going to be talking about those two cool cats this week because they've been talked about in the news a fair amount recently.
Who is talking about Hawkeye? Who is talking about Black Knight?
I have Black Knight and Doc is doing Hawkeye. I forget what book he found, but he stumbled upon it on like Hoopla and he absolutely loved it.
Okay, I like this here. Okay, I like this. All right, so we wrapped up. Is the comic book minute done? Did you stumble across the finish line?
Yeah, I made it there. Yes, just in time to bring on one of my absolute favorite people in the DSG.
Yes, and it's nice. It's nice to see you stumble because I stumble out of the opening so often. So for you to finish out of the gates and stumble, I feel like it's actually sums up what this show is all about.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just synergy. Yeah, that'd be synergy. I think maybe
two sides of the same coin, my friend. But on to bigger, brighter, and better things here. The main topic, of course, it's the build of cinema. Some might say we're building back better this week for a 1999 draft featuring WEEI's own and my own, our own, Chris Scheim.
Hi, guys.
Hey.
What's up?
You bring people in. I'm not going to touch things.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Yes. Yeah. I'm on top of this. Yes. Well, really, Scheim, you're obviously, you're my favorite person in the DSG.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Not the other guests we have on that I was not consulted about, and I do not approve of this shit at all. I just want that to be on the record.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that, Nick. Thank you.
And we're so happy to have you here. So happy that we need another guest to kind of hold up this power bottom that you have here to really fill out these
I am
two
a hefty
pillars.
Guy.
Well, I think you could handle it on your own. I think, but this is a big year, 1999. There's a lot of depth to this year, so I think we're going to bring on.
Not a whole lot of depth to this guy, though. I just want to throw that out there.
Oh wow, this is no holds barred here. The gloves are off. This is the co-host of the Pop Culture Piledriver Podcast, Mr. Billy Delaney. The D stands for what?
I thought you said I was doing it. I don't know.
What does the D stand for, Billy?
Dick.
Yes, there it is. I love it. Thank you for coming aboard here. How are you?
I am fantastic. Hello, it's great to be here. You get a kid a job and holds a grudge. I can see why Wes might not like it.
Yeah, it's good. That's a tight opening joke here. I love that. We're coming in ready here. And of course, this is what we're doing. So we're building a cinema of 1999 movies. What does that mean? Okay, so we each have to fill out a theater, so to speak, made up of different 1999 movies. But there's a catch. You're filling out certain positions, much like a fantasy draft, if you will. Scheim, you should be very familiar with this.
Of course.
Different categories. We have blockbuster. That's $100 million domestic box office. We have one action adventure slot. We have one comedy. We have one drama. We have one animated horror that you can go either way there, kind of fluid.
Similar
and
things.
one wild card as well.
Yes, very, very similar. And as you know, West, you aren't beholden to the categories in which you originally drafted a movie. For example, if you draft Forrest Gump as your blockbuster, but see later that Pulp Fiction is available, you can slide Forrest Gump into your drama slot provided it's open, and draft Pulp Fiction as your blockbuster.
And I believe I asked to do that, and it became a rule henceforth.
Well, we had to bring it back. You're a returning champion. I think you're a big favorite here in the Change My Mind fan polls here. So,
I've never been in on one of these. This is gonna be fun.
Yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun here. So I'm very excited. Before we move forward, we do have a little bit of a little bit of housekeeping here that we go, a little bit of pomp and circumstance. Of course, we're talking about the Oscars. If we're talking about pomp and circumstances, the 72nd Oscars to be exact. The winners and nominees for the best pictures are American Beauty, which won. We have The Cider House Rules. We had The Green Mile, The Insider, and The Sixth Sense. And
sorry,
Nick is still tweeting. No,
I'm trying to get I just realized we haven't set the draft order yet. For the 57th Golden Globes for Best Motion Picture winners and nominees, we had for drama American Beauty, which of course won, and then The End of the Affair, The Hurricane, The Insider, and The Talented Mr. Ripley. And then for comedy musical, Toy Story 2 was the winner. Analyze This was the nominee, as was being John Malkovich, Man on the Moon, and Notting Hill.
All right. And of course, this is what we really judge everything off of, the 1999 MTV Movie Awards, which take place in June 99. So there's a little bit of a weird time there, kind of the halfway mark. So the best movie winner was There's Something About Mary, which is a 1998 movie. Very disappointed to find that out. So that came out after the 1998 MTV Movie Awards aired. So there you go. But also you got some Armageddon. You got Saving Private Ryan, Shakespeare in Love, The Truman Show. I feel like I might have did this the wrong year now that I'm reading this out loud. I'm not sure.
I was going to say none of these movies are in ours.
Tough. Possibly.
But this is what happens when you do a show that you prepare for, that you do live, But the real question I want to ask you guys, who won 1999? Is there anyone that jumps out to you? You have Tom Hanks with Toy Story 2, and The Green Mile.
I think it's got to go to Tom Hanks. We're just between those two movies, and obviously with Toy Story, he has to do minimal work. So I think it's got to be that.
Well, here's one I'll bring up. Brendan Fraser. He had The Mummy and Blast from the Past.
Who's favorite? Brendan Fraser.
Right.
He
he's
great.
To tears apparently.
What?
He just broke down to tears. People found out that he was like, rooting for him. He's like, "This is great news. I'm happy. People are rooting for me." These are happy tears.
I also think one of the breakout stars of 99 had to be M. Night Shyamalan. That's kind of his tour de force. It's kind of what got his name out in the world.
Real quick, did you say Shyamalan or Shyamalan?
Shyamalan.
Okay. I just want to make sure I'm not hearing.
Shamalama ding dong.
Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la.
I agree. I was thinking Haley Joel Osment, the whole I See Dead People sensation and everything that spooked the world. I think we're on the same page there. I think this movie bought him a whole lot of clout. Too much cachet, though.
For sure. Yeah, because he came out with a lot of crap after that.
Yeah, exactly. And we're all waiting for it. We're all waiting for the next Sixth Sense. It's just not happening.
What did you say, Billy?
To me, it's Mr. Anderson. It's Keanu Reeves.
That's
one movie, but it was like it took him from being like just a kind of point break speed guy to like action hero, like extraordinaire.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. Red pilled Billy.
That is pretty fair. All right, so I do have the draft order, Wes. Are we ready for that?
Yeah, please give it to me.
I'm not happy to say that the number one overall pick is going to go to none other than Billy D.
Oh.
Number two goes to our esteemed guest, Chris Scheim.
Oh my God.
Hey-o.
Number three, Wes, I'm sorry to tell you, I get the third overall pick.
No, wheels what you want.
Means you get 4 and you get the wheel. Sure, maybe you
that's what I want. Okay, give it up here. All right, Billy, returning champion Billy D.
Seems only fitting, actually.
So I did want the wheel because I think there are 4 blockbusters that are just top notch that you really can't lose with. So I'm disappointed to get the one. Maybe Fryer knew that ahead of time, but I'm going to go with the aforementioned Matrix movie. I don't think you can lose there. It's one of the biggest smashes all over history. It's like, 715 million domestic box office, worldwide even more. Which pill do you take? Neo, Morpheus. I think it is one of the better action movies of that, even that 90 to 2010 era.
Yeah.
I like this. I think this is a good pick. So you're going to put this in tentatively in your blockbuster section?
I think it's going to stick there because I don't know if a blockbuster is going to come back to me because I think they're going to probably fly off the board. That's why I took this here.
There are probably more than a few. There are plenty of blockbusters. I think actually everybody could probably get 2 realistically.
That I would want, though.
That's a very fair point. And that to me, guys, I think was the unquestionable number one. Like if Billy took anything else, I would have been. If anybody took anything else first overall, I'd be stunned.
Yeah.
See, I that wasn't that was on my list. That wasn't high up there though. I was looking somewhere else for that.
I have a movie I like better, but I went against my regular judgment and went with the best pick because I want to beat Scheim for once, and I can't do that. Scheim's the drafter of the DSG.
This is a tough spot to be in because I could easily go in one direction here with my pick, which is the movie that I love, my favorite movie on this list, or I go with, probably the next best movie on this list, which is exactly what I think I'm going to do. I'm actually going to take The Sixth Sense, M. Night Shyamalan. I think I'm going to slide that in my blockbuster. I think it made the second most money out of any movie in 1999 after a movie that has yet to be drafted. And so I think I'm going to slide that in my blockbuster for now, leaving, possible spot for my drama horror animated still open. And I feel good about that. I feel very good about that.
I think it's a strong pick. I don't think you can go wrong with that. Again, I See Dead People. It was one of those kind of horror, mystery, thriller movies that people of all ages could see. I remember seeing it at a young age with my dad. PG-13 rated, so it was kind of kid-friendly in that sense, but still offered those, type of jump scares and that kind of suspenseness to it too. I think it appeals to a wide audience there. I think that's a good pick.
The first time that I saw it, though, I didn't see I saw it years later. I didn't see the I saw it on TV. So the gunshot from that kid with a shotgun, I know where my dad hides it. I didn't see it the first time. So there's the music and it's like, what happened? You just
Donnie Wahlberg, right? That's Donnie.
Is that Donnie Wahlberg?
Right? Wasn't he the pedophile that kills what's his name? Bruce Willis?
No, I'm talking about the kid, and it's not an adult. I'm talking about the kid who knows where his dad keeps the shotgun, and he has a hole in the back of his head.
Oh, my bad. I got you.
So were you one of those kids where the dad edited his movie before he watched it?
Well, I definitely had times where my parents were like, "Close your eyes" as a kid.
Oh, well, that's fine. That's normal.
Sure. Yeah, that's about it. No, but that was I saw it on TV, Billy, is what I mean.
I know Mormons though who their parents would get the film and edit it tape to tape to take out the bad stuff.
What?
They win Oscars for their editing cuts.
Mm-hmm. Is that how you got so good at what you do, Billy?
I wish. No, it was edited
from
back
a long
Wesley.
line of Mennonite editors.
Okay, so of course I was disappointed when I didn't get the first pick. I think everybody would, like I said, I think The Matrix puts you such a huge advantage. No disrespect to Scheim's pick, I do think The Sixth Sense is a quality pick. For me, Billy, there are quite a few blockbusters to go with, and I'm going to stay away from that just because I think I can get another good one on the turnaround after West. I don't know that this movie will last past West. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm going to go with a drama movie. I'm going to go with Fight Club as my first overall pick.
That was my first. That was going to be number one.
That would have been. Yeah.
That's what it should have been.
100 million domestic box office. That counts, right then.
That one, I thought when I looked. Okay, I checked IMDb and I didn't see it go.
Yeah, IMDb says gross 37 million.
Oh, really? Oh, maybe it's Lifetime then.
Yeah, maybe maybe because you're probably thinking international and stuff too. But yeah, this is a movie again. I saw a little bit later because actually that's something that I wanted to highlight. Scheim and I were 9 years old, 8 years old this year. You guys are
I was 7.
You're 7. Oh, my math fucking sucks. Whatever.
Yeah, it's okay.
Born in 91. So you, Billy, how?
This was my formative year going into when this movie came out. I was probably going into high school, so 8th to 9th grade.
Same for you, Wes.
12, 13,
12. That area.
I forget how old Billy is.
My balls were dropping.
Yeah, okay. There you go. But I remember I definitely saw this after, like, a couple years after the fact, and there's such an amazing mind fuck, and even still knowing after the fact, like, what happens in this movie, I just love Brad Pitt's performance in this. He just seems like he's so, like, in his own element more than most roles. You know, it's just perfect for him.
I think it's very fitting that you would choose that movie because this has become a toxic white male movie along with what is it? American Psycho, Wolf of Wall Street. Yep. I think that's just fitting of your personality. Yeah. You know, you kind of got the Patrick Bateman going on with the hair look going.
Don't just stare at it.
I mean, that's slick back hair if I've ever seen it.
I called it before the show.
He said, I was like, I'm gonna put a hat on it. He was like, don't do it. Like, see if Billy calls it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Okay, so it's coming around to me for the wheel here. This is what I was waiting here because again, I with the fourth pick, I want to look for something that maybe has a market inefficiency, so to speak. And I'm not a big horror fan. I'm on the record of that. So, what is the best animated movie I can take? Give me Toy Story 2. Toy Story 2 for my animated, although that could be a blockbuster. But I'm going to put it in my animated section there.
Quality pick.
And then coming back around on the wheel. I'm going to take in my blockbuster Austin Powers 2, a pair of sequels, The Spy Who Shagged Me. Yep. I saw this movie in theaters. I was giddy when it came out. You got Fat Bastard in there. You got Heather Graham in there. There's a lot of great additions going on there. Of course, Mini-Me, I believe Mini-Me in the introduction as well. Very good stuff. So give me Austin Powers 2 and Toy Story 2.
As we've, I think, discussed in the past too, this is what is it? This is a cult classic too, right? Austin Powers movies.
The first one, the second one couldn't be, right?
Okay, all right, fine, all right. I don't know. I don't know how those work. We actually stopped doing anything related to that, right? Because
it was too divisive. Yes, it was
divisive. Is only good. Caused a stir. I loved it.
People were fucking pissed about that.
I mean, Davey calls you out on that, but then he picks Blink-182 as a one-hit wonder. So anything goes.
Right. Well, yeah, it was fitting at that point, though. You know, it worked out. It all worked out well.
Total Thunderdome at that point, man. So, Toy Story 2, I thought, Wes, maybe you were going to let that one go because, again, you know, age difference and everything, maybe, but you still were young enough with Toy Story, the first one. So for me, I think. All right, I think I'm going to pull in the best. Well, you picked a comedy, and I think I'm going to pick one that I think is a better comedy, but it also falls under blockbuster. I'm not sure where I'm going to slot it yet, but I'm going to take American Pie.
Oh, good pick
for my second overall pick. I mean, obviously Stifler's mom and everything. I mean, there's a lot of ways you can look at it, but Sean William Scott. I mean, who doesn't fucking love that guy?
Frazier, put me between a rock and a hard place. I expect you to take one of two movies.
Don't do it, Scheim.
I know Billy's gonna take. I know Billy's gonna take the movie that I want to take, but if I don't take that movie, he's gonna take the other movie I want. Yep. So decisions. I feel like there's another movie I can replace my second choice with. So I think here I am also gonna stick in the comedy genre. I'm gonna take Big Daddy. I'm going Adam Sandler, Big Daddy. For me, this is one of those movies. Like when I was growing up, like I loved this movie, and so I feel like for me, this is exactly the direction I wanted to go. I actually prefer this movie to something like American Pie. I know that not necessarily everyone is in that same boat, but I loved this was the Adam Sandler sweet spot right here, you know. And so I'm going to ride with Big Daddy.
It's a great pick, and I would have picked it if I didn't pick Office Space.
Oh, those are my two comedies right off the board there. Oh.
I mean, you went Toy Story, so you get the best animated on the board. So luckily, Office Space fell to me. If not, I was probably going Office Space first choice, so thank you, Scheim, but that was the fallback either way. And then with the second piction here on the little hairpin turn here, I'm going to go Cruel Intentions.
Oh, that's a strong round, Billy.
I just absolutely love this movie. It's hotness, male or female, gets any demo you want. It's a great drama. I didn't look at the box office, but probably didn't peak 100 million, but it is a classic teen movie. And right now I have the ultimate blockbuster, a teen movie, and a cult classic comedy.
Wow. Good job, Billy.
I'll keep it rolling here. I got my pick lined up and ready to go. I'm picking the movie with the best soundtrack of the year. It's not even close. Wes said that this was a very slim category for animated movies. He's right, but I'm going to get the next best one. I'm taking Tarzan. This is the one of the best, in my opinion, one of the best Disney soundtracks ever. I love this movie. Tarzan is tremendous. Anything sung by Phil Collins is always tremendous.
Sure.
So this was an easy pick for me.
Do you think of when you hear that song? I forget the main song from the movie. Like, do you think of
in my heart? That one.
Yeah,
I always like
that's
it's closer to the mic to sing.
Yes, I was thinking of a different Phil Collins song. One with with Tyson and Hangover. What's that fucking song?
In the Air Tonight? That's not in this.
That's not in that one. Oh fuck me. Then. All right. Well, never mind that. All right. Good shit. Anyways, I like that
Reference
picture.
to an Eminem song.
What?
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. Anyways, okay. I'm gonna go. I think I can go back to the blockbuster category, and then maybe I'll shift American Pie. I could shift this movie elsewhere too. This one falls under action adventure. This turned into a trilogy. We talked about Brendan Fraser before. I think that I don't remember when I saw this, but I absolutely loved this the first time I saw it. I think the sequel was out by that point too. I needed to see all of these movies except for The Rock, Scorpion King. I'm gonna go with The Mummy.
Great ride at Universal too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's
That's a fun
Very
one.
good ride.
Not to be confused with Tom Cruise's The Mummy.
That's right.
That's a big one. We're
Did you
moving
see-
faster. There are a lot of names flying off the board here.
Yeah.
So I got to make sure I got to update my big
Continue.
board.
Wes, did you see the Tom Cruise The Mummy?
No.
Okay. Did anybody see that here?
No, that was supposed to be part of the dark multiverse or like the dark universe, and just nothing ever came of it.
That
So
was so weird. Such a miserable flop. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so I need a let's see, what do I got here? Do I want okay, I'm gonna take my action adventure. Give me Any Given Sunday, one of my favorite football
Excellent
movies
choice.
of all time. You get Steamin' Willie Beeman throwing up everywhere. You got Al Pacino as a head coach.
Wow.
Right? I mean, that's like a dream position for him. You got eyeballs popping out on the football field. You got cocaine BJs in the bathrooms. Like this is great stuff with Bill Bellamy and who's the other guy? Who's Shark? Is that LT? Was Shark LT?
Lawrence Taylor?
Yeah,
I
I think
can't
he was the running back, wasn't he?
Maybe. I don't know. I can't.
I forget.
I knew you were
this
going to pick
too?
this one though, Wes. I knew this was at the top of your board.
was it?
You got to fight for every inch.
Yeah. Oh, it's
One of the
great,
greatest
you know?
speeches of all time.
The Chariots of Fire, right? And they're going around. It's awesome. It's good stuff there. I love it.
When we did our fictional football draft, fictional like characters football draft, I feel like you had quite a few characters from this movie, like more than me.
Oh,
I-
Willie
I-
Beeman would be first, right?
Yeah, I think he was high off the list. I mean,
Yeah.
Michael Vick cheat code at the time, and I think I went with the head coach. Sure, I also think I got Pacino because
Yeah,
you
you
want
did.
that kind of continuity. Of course, he left to go to Scottsdale, right? I believe to start his own franchise with Steamin' Willie Beeman at the end of that movie.
By the way, on a side note, speaking of football movies, Wes, while you figure out what you want your next pick to be, I finally started watching Friday Night Lights. I only watched the first
My
episode.
man,
Finally, been taking waited forever to do it, but
it's one of my favorite shows of all time. So
The first episode was amazing.
anytime you want to talk about it, you got my phone number.
Okay, yep, will do.
Okay, and I'm gonna go with football here. I'm sticking with themes. I got a theme here. Okay? So I'm gonna go Varsity Blues for my
Nice.
drama.
Wow.
So I'm going football heavy here. It is the football season, right in the middle of it. I don't want your laugh, but I want your movie in my theater.
You just won Maxwell, right? Isn't he a huge Vanderbeek Meek?
Dawson's
James
Creek,
Van
yeah.
Der Beek, yes.
Yeah,
Cape
Vanderbeek,
Cod.
yeah.
Vanderpump Rules? Is that what we're talking?
Yes, that's exactly what this is.
Yes. Yep. Yep.
Anyways, all right. So, okay, all right. So I'm going to slide American Pie into my comedy for sure. I'm going to keep Mummy in blockbuster action adventure. No, in blockbuster, and then my action adventure movie. I'm going to take another one of those. And this is definitely like a cult classic kind of movie. I remember when I moved out to Chicago for college, a lot of the guys asked me, like, that you have your Boston movies, and then there was a lot when I was in college, right? Shane? We had that.
But no, this is
with
me too.
But this one came up quite a bit, but it's not like a Boston movie. You don't think of it as a Boston movie because you're dealing with a bunch of Irish characters, right? People from overseas. I'm gonna go with the Boondock Saints
Excellent
for my
choice.
next pick.
On my list.
Yeah, I was like, I've been worried about it this whole time because like, who's going to take it? And I'm at that point now where I can't wait anymore.
I think actually that might also be on the problematic white guy list of movies.
Oh, definitely. 100%.
I wouldn't be shocked.
I mean, I'm just, I don't know what you want me to tell you. I'm just picking with my heart. Is that
well,
better
that's what I'm just saying. You don't have to say anything. Keep picking with your heart.
Okay. All right. Good. Thank you. I appreciate the support, Wes. Makes me feel better. Okay. I had me worried there for a second.
So for my next pick here, I think I'm going to take critically one of the better movies of the year. And that would be The Green Mile. I'm going to go Tom Hanks. I'm going to fill my drama slot here. I mean, it's Tom friggin' Hanks. Like, this is Michael Clark Douglas was in this one, correct as well?
Oh, yeah.
Like this is an easy choice for me here. One of the critically acclaimed movies of the year, as Wes mentioned. It was nominated for Best Picture. I believe Tom Hanks was also nominated for Best Actor. The whole nine. Like, easy pick for me. I'm going to take The Green Mile.
Now, this also had the scene, I forget, was it Linus, right? With the sponge that wasn't wet. It was a dry sponge that goes on the head during the electrocution scene. And like the guy didn't like him, so he like put the dry sponge on there and then had a really awful execution. Everyone smelt and everything. It was like a gruesome scene.
Yes. Yeah. That's a good picture. I think I've only seen this movie once, though. Yes, that's right. It's Stephen fucking King. That's right. I forgot about that. Okay. Billy, it's your turn.
All right, so I have one easy pick here, and then I have really tough. I don't know what I'm going to do with my next one, but I'll make the first one first because that's how you do it. I'm going to go with my comedy for the moment and an animated. Well, it could be either one, but I'm going to go with South Park Bigger, Longer, Uncut to kind of secure, that. What do they call it? The key demo there, the 1835 or 45 or whatever the hell it is. And then I have Action open. And I have Wild Card open. There's a couple of movies I like that I can slide around. But I could get good value here on a pick. And I think...
It's not DFS. I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, I know it's not DFS. And that's a great point there. So I'm going to go with my action movie. And I'm going to go with the movie Go. Drugs, sex, rock and roll, Las Vegas. Why not?
I haven't seen that movie.
Never heard of it.
Really?
I saw this come up like through research and everything. Never saw it.
It's a great movie. I mean, it's a good action movie. There's a lot of, at the time you thought we're going to be up and coming stars. It's like Scott Wolf, Taye Diggs. But like,
nice.
They didn't turn out to be anything, but it's a fun movie.
I only know Taye Diggs because he's related to Donna in Parks and Rec. That's it. Anybody?
No, that's Genuine.
It's Genuine. Fuck me, dude. I'm just batting 1,000 tonight. God damn it.
Oh my God. All right, so complete the wheel, Billy. Or do you want to let this awkwardness kind of set in for a little bit?
No, I did. I picked South Park. Can I actually take my Go pick back since somebody liked it?
No. And go.
No, this is where you lose the draft, motherfucker. It's Scheim's turn.
So I mean, I guess I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to just full send it here. It's by no means the best movie of the year. It is nowadays considered a bit of a sham, but I'm going to take Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
Oh, my God.
It is the highest grossing movie, and at the time, I loved it. In 1999, when this movie came out, I friggin' loved it.
At the time, it ruined my childhood.
You know what, Billy? I was 7. I loved it. Okay?
I was old enough to be like, man, movies can be bad.
See, I'm surprised that you took this, Scheim, because I thought Nick would have taken this long ago. He loves this movie.
I do love this movie because I love Darth Maul. I don't know where everybody in the group stands on pod racing. I did not hate pod racing. The video game was
dope.
The game was
fun, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, as a kid, this movie was fun. Yeah. There was the pod racing, Darth Maul, Qui-Gon Jinn.
Qui-Gon was the next thing.
Who doesn't love Liam Neeson?
Yep.
And so, if I put myself in 7-year-old Chris's head, he would be pissed if I didn't take this. So I'm going to take it. And like I said, may not be the best movie of the year, maybe one of the worst, but you know what? It made almost $500 million. And at the time, it was great. So I'm taking it.
Well, that's the thing with I knew Wes, you weren't. We're gonna take this in a million years, and I was pretty confident Billy wouldn't either because some of my age range probably was disappointed with the movie, and it's like only Scheim would be the one that would take this because as kids, it's like this is it's an awesome movie. Like I never knew for years that people hated it. Clone Wars, and I still don't dislike it. I still enjoy watching it every once in a blue moon. Clone Wars, that one stinks. I can admit that. Or Attack of the Clones, whatever the fuck it was. Not, the animated show was good. But anyways, I wasn't going to take it because I just thought it was too risky of a pick because you got to consider the people voting and everything. And
you know what, Friar? My mama always said, "Mama ain't raised no bitch." Okay, so
apparently she raised
risking for the
idiot,
biscuit,
though. I don't know.
That's debatable. But
we'll find out. See what the people say.
Exactly.
All right, it is my turn to pick
now.
And I have horror animated, and I have wild card still left open. Of course, wild card we can do whatever the hell we want with that. And I think I got to take the last blockbuster that is on at least that I know of that's on the board. It can also fit into my horror animated, but I may have something else there that I want. I don't know. But I can do wild card. I'm going to go with Sleepy Hollow for my next pick. Of course, starring Johnny Depp. The story of Ichabod Crane turned like rated R, and I think it was rated R, maybe PG-13. But like I think this was the first like kind of scary movie that I actually saw. Like I didn't realize until we were doing this, but this might have been the one. It's not like crazy scary. I mean, now if like
it's got some horror elements too. I remember seeing it. It's spooky.
I mean, Christopher Walken too with those like friggin' teeth.
Yeah.
Pretty messed up.
I think I saw this in theaters with my pops.
No way.
Yeah, another one, just like Big Daddy, you know?
Okay. Well, so then you feel even better about this pick.
So this is going to me here, right? I got a round. Okay, so this is what I get. This is rounding out perfectly. I was really disappointed I didn't get Big Daddy or Office Space, one or the other there. That was a tough kind of go around there. But I will close out with my comedy pick. I will go with 10 Things I Hate About You.
Ooh,
great pick.
Could have fit in a lot of categories.
Yeah, could have gone a lot of where. And then another one, Wild Card Utility. In that same vein, I'm kind of picking similar ones here each round. She's All That, another teen drama that I really enjoyed. Freddie Prinze Jr. I think it's on Netflix right now. Classic Shakespeare ripoff of some story that I can't think of at the moment. But it's
Tempest, the Taming of the Shrew, I think.
Yeah, there we go. Taming of the Shrew. Thank you.
There you go. Good job, Billy.
Master's degree Billy over here.
English major.
There he is. She's All That and 10 Things I Hate About You. Both Shakespeare, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
I love the 10 Things I Hate About You pick. That was the one. I knew there was one I wasn't thinking of when I was going with Sleepy Hollow, because again, could fit in my wild card. Totally overlooked this one. This is actually the first movie that I watched in the place that I live now. Like I was randomly one night, just finally got set up, everything's done. And I think I was flipping through like YouTube TV, and then I see this. I'm like, oh, I haven't watched this in ages. Love it. Absolutely love it.
It's a good watch.
Yeah, it's a great pick.
He's All That. Haven't got to that yet, though.
I have not watched that ever. So who's in that, Wes?
It's a TikTok star. It's is it Addison Rae?
Oh.
I have no idea.
So. I think it's Addison Rae.
Okay.
Probably.
The kids would be excited that I know that.
Okay, well, I'm sure our kid listeners are going to really appreciate everything that
corner in that demo, baby.
Yep. All right. So then for me, I am going to go back to the horror realm as well, because there is, of course, you can go horror animated in this grouping. May select a wild card, whatever. I don't care. But I'm going to go with a movie that was like, I've heard Keith talk about this a few times, Scheim, I believe, how it was like when this first came out, it was a huge deal. I know we were a little too young for this, but it was a huge deal in the way that it was shot and everything.
Yep.
May have not aged as well, but the phenomenon that it created when it first came out. Yes, it was a game changer in the horror realm, the Blair Witch Project.
Yeah, the found footage kind of. Yeah, the whole idea of found footage kind of sets the stage for, a movie like Paranormal Activity that would go on to make a crap load of money. I mean, for goodness sakes, they're still making Paranormal Activity movies. Yeah. And the Blair Witch Project was the first one to really do this. And it was legitimately scary at the time.
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely. So I'm surprised this one slipped this far, because even if I know, Wes, you're not a big horror guy. Billy, you're not a big horror guy either.
No,
right?
I don't like it. I've actually never seen this movie.
Okay. Well, it's fuck. Okay. Yeah. I mean, like I said, the movement and everything, what it did for the genre, it's genre defining. I know, we like to hear that once in a while on the DSG. So yeah, this is the steal of the draft. I think. But
well, that's a bold take. I think it was scary. I think the marketing, it was like a viral marketing campaign before the internet and everything. I really thought this was like real found footage, like, so I bought into it at the age of 12 years old. So maybe that's gullible on my part, but
I also like how Fryer says the steal of the draft to himself. That's like when somebody tells you they're funny,
or gives yourself your
get the
nickname.
fuck out of here.
Yeah, give yourself a nickname. I know people like that.
Yeah. I had this on my list. I was thinking about taking it, but I decided to go with a more of a lighthearted approach here with movies like Big Daddy and Tarzan. I didn't want to go super dark with Sixth Sense and Blair Witch Project.
Right? Yeah. You want a well-rounded. You want people to leave your theater with a smile on their face.
Exactly. So now I have to make my final pick. All I have left is the wild card, so I can literally draft anything. People would assume that I would probably go with Pokemon the movie 2000 here.
Ooh.
I am going to swerve you. I'm not going to take that.
Wow.
I'm actually going to do something that's going to cause Mac and Gouda not come to my theater. I'm going to be a bondage boy. Give me The World Is Not Enough. Hashtag my bond.
Wow.
Remington Steele, one of the best Bonds
I
ever.
love Pierce Brosnan. He's also hashtag my bond, but this is when like the movie started to go out for me a little bit. I was a huge GoldenEye fan. Yeah, I love Denise Richards, I think was the Bond girl in this movie.
Yeah, my dad
I think he played a scientist called Christmas Jones.
Yeah, that's
you. My dad loves all of the James Bond movies, so I've seen these like 1,000 times, and just like the explosions while he's skiing down a mountain is an awesome scene. And so I felt like I had to
of the Bond movies.
It is, but you know what? I had to do a nice homage to my father here, and I'm going to take The World Is Not Enough.
Also a song by the band Garbage. I'm not making that up. I was looking it up.
Was that the Bond song Garbage?
Maybe
the
band.
Yeah.
There's a song called "The World Is Not Enough," and the musical group is Garbage.
Garbage. Yeah,
okay.
that's what's her name?
Courtney Love.
Hole?
Maybe
No, that's
Transcript?
Hole. Yeah. We do think why? Because she's garbage.
This is Garbage. Yeah, I was with you. We're on the same wavelength there.
Scheim, Billy, I think Scheim did you a favor with this draft. I think you're talking about how you want to come in and beat him, and obviously you won last time around, but Scheim might still be the favorite. We didn't do the DSG Sportsbook odds up ahead of time, but I think you might have a chance here.
All right, so literally I could take anything here. Am I the last pick here, or do you guys go back up?
No, that's it. You're closing us out.
All right, so I can literally take anything. So are we going to do honorable mentions?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I won't do my honorable mentions here. And I probably should have done this with my action and then went really wild with my wild card. But I'm going to take one of my favorite movies, a movie I still probably watch once a year, because Martin Lawrence is a tour de force in the movie Blue Streak. And if you haven't seen it, go see it. And if you need something to floss your ass, use a shoelace.
I think that's also streaming available now. I think that's
such a great movie. Luke Wilson,
yeah.
It's like Point Break.
Still likable Luke Wilson.
Oh, yeah.
That's not bad. That's a good value pick to kind of close things out here.
Mm-hmm.
I like this. So what do we got? What did we miss here? I think a couple things. We got World Is Not Enough. I got Wild Wild West. I saw this movie in theaters. Big flop. Great song. Not good movie.
Yeah, we used to close out the formerly known as the Dale and Keefe program with Wild Wild West like every Friday as we head into the weekend.
You know what? I would really love it. I know this is Holly's thing. It would be like almost to besmirch him to bring this back in a way, but the drop the bomb on me, blow up the collar sounders. I want that back.
Yeah, Jim
That's
West,
him though. You can't do that.
Rough Rider. No, you don't want Nana. This is one of my greatest edits ever. When we did these summer blockbusters, I did it to this song because this song fucking kicks ass. And when this came out, you thought, oh, the next Men in Black, and then this movie was fucking
not there.
Not great.
Didn't do it.
I thought about taking Deep Blue Sea because who doesn't love
another
Intelligent
great
Sharks,
song.
right? I also had The Iron Giant was the animated movie that I'm actually surprised didn't get taken. It's one of the better animated movies of the year.
Biggest miss of the draft.
Yeah, I think that was like the biggest miss. I thought about taking it multiple times. I just couldn't do it. I felt like it didn't jive with everything else.
Would you have allowed me to slip that into my action spot? That was I should have asked at the time.
Was it? We always go by like what are the 3 listed next to it on IMDb? What are the 3 genres listed?
It does have animation, action, and adventure.
Okay.
That's a miss by me then.
The adventure is really broad. You know, that could be like family adventures, household adventure. You know, I don't know. It's open to interpretation.
I have Lake Placid, which I saw in theaters twice.
Oh, I like that. How about this is a kind of offbeat horror movie, kind of in the same vein as Lake Placid. Idle Hands. My man Devin Sawa.
Yeah. Is that Jennifer Love Hewitt as well?
I think Jennifer Love Hewitt. I know Seth Green is definitely in there.
He's 100%. Yeah.
But that's good stuff. That's a good movie. I feel like I've seen that a time or two on Comedy Central, you know, on the TV rewatch a few times.
The first movie I ever watched that I thought was so dumb it was funny, Mystery Men.
Oh, it's a great movie.
Oh, yeah. And that's Hey Now You're an All-Star, right?
Yes.
That's like where the song came from?
I watched that recently for the first time, actually. And then did we not take American Beauty? Did nobody take American Beauty?
American Beauty
is too hot. You know, it's too risky.
Yeah.
You can't put that on there.
Risque.
Too risque. The Hurricane, Denzel Washington.
Hurricane Carter.
Again, another great song.
Oh, yeah.
Bob Dylan.
Way before the actual movie, too. That came out in
right. But probably a situation where the song was better than the movie. I felt like the movie was a little slow.
Yeah, I would have preferred a documentary. And then the more you read about it, he might have been guilty.
Right.
I mean, like, you don't know, but you know, allegedly, as they say. I also had nobody took Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo.
Yep. No, that's a good one. I like that one. That's a funny movie. Dogma. Dogma might be my favorite Kevin Smith movie. I know Kevin Smith's pretty divisive among the group here.
Yep.
He was on my list. Also a great soundtrack. Dogma. A lot of good at the time. So like they actually put stuff from the movie to like splice in the soundtrack too.
This is one of my last ones that on my list I feel like is worth mentioning. Rewatchability through the roof. Superstar.
Oh, I've never seen this.
Wow. Will Ferrell. You got what's her name? Molly Shannon. You know, it's good stuff there.
Yep. Yes. Oh my god, I remember everybody saying that when we were younger. Jeez. The only other one left on my list that has not got mentioned, honorable mention, or wasn't picked, was actually another animated movie that was a blockbuster as well. But I don't think anybody in a million years would pick this one. Is Stuart Little.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah,
but like at the time,
at the time,
Stuart Little was great at the time.
My brother absolutely. I think he ended up getting like a big stuffed Stuart. I would never pick that in a million years for this.
All right, guys. Well, before we let you go, why don't you, Billy D? You had the first pick overall. Why don't you tell the people at home what are you hosting in your theater for 1999 movies?
I am hosting The Matrix as my blockbuster. Go as my action. Drama is Cruel Intentions. Horror and animated is South Park: Bigger, Longer, Uncut. Comedy is Office Space, and wild card is Blue Streak.
In my theater of 1999, I had a blockbuster of The Sixth Sense, an action adventure of Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, a drama of The Green Mile, a horror animated of Tarzan with the best soundtrack of the year, a comedy of Big Daddy, and my wild card. I became a bondage boy today. The world is not enough.
For my blockbuster, I have The Mummy, action adventure with Boondock Saints, a comedy, American Pie, which is also a blockbuster, horror animated, The Blair Witch Project, drama, Fight Club, and then for my wild card, I went with another blockbuster and horror movie, Sleepy Hollow.
Sleepy Hollow. All right. In my theater, my blockbuster will be Austin Powers 2, The Spy Who Shagged Me. For action adventure, will be any given. I wrote down any given football, but it's any given Sunday. So there we go. So with comedy, 10 Things I Hate About You, mostly my dumb brain. That's definitely on my list right now. Horror animated Toy Story 2, going in the animated portion of that. For drama, I have Varsity Blues, sticking in the football world. Wild card utility, She's All That. She's All That.
Nice.
That's it. I think we got here. So we'll put up a poll. We'll let the people decide. I think we all probably think we won the draft. That's just our ego speaking right there.
Nah, it's a 2-horse race.
Okay. Okay, fair enough.
Oh,
okay.
you think so? You really think it's you and Scheim, huh? Yeah. You're such a jackass. No fucking way. No, it's not a 2-horse fucking race.
I
You're
think I got some
full
good
of
movies here.
I'm gonna be honest. I picked movies for a theater that I would want to go to. I don't know how the people will feel about it.
I think so I don't not want to go to my theater. I think I have a pretty fun
I mean, I
theater,
hope not. That's like you don't want to listen
like
to
the way Scheim's saying it, it's like I pick movies that I want to see. It's like, well, isn't that what we're fucking doing this?
Well, some people like to play to the crowd,
Did anybody here play to the crowd?
I don't know.
Did.
Some people do. I'm not throwing out any names here. This is a friendly podcast here.
I picked Star Wars: The Phantom Menace. I didn't play to any crowd.
No. You absolutely did not.
But your defense at the time was great. At the time, I mean, I was too old to and I loved Star Wars growing up, so it hurt to see.
But
that.
for me, I hadn't seen any other Star Wars movie up until that point because I was only 7.
What?
And my dad wasn't he liked Star Wars, but he wasn't a diehard fan, so it's never shown to me by that time. So this was for my introduction into the Star Wars world.
That's a game changer for sure. That makes a big difference. Holy shit!
I like that. Seeing the first one as it came out.
Yep,
that's good. Look at him here. That's a
amazing.
bit of history right before our eyes.
Trying.
Scheim, where can the people get a hold of you? Where can they get in touch with you? Where can they feel you up?
You can find me just about on any social media at Scheim Time. Also on the Twitch. I haven't streamed in a while, but we're gonna make a nice return now that Call of Duty Vanguard is up and playing that up the wazoo. You can expect that there. Might even mix in some other fun stuff along the way. So you can find me all over the social medias at Scheim Time.
And Scheim, are you at all interested in the Halo show that'll be on Paramount Plus?
Probably not. I wasn't a big Halo kid. I didn't even have an Xbox until Xbox 360. I was always a PlayStation kid growing up, and I had Sega before that. So I wasn't. I played Halo 3 a little bit, but that's it. I never really played a lot of Halo. I was always more of a Call of Duty guy, to be fair.
Understandable. Okay. Billy, I don't want to fucking plug his shit. Can we just kick him out?
Billy, plug yourself. Go away. We know you love it.
I was gonna say I try to stay away from my ex's boxes, but so you can find me on all social media platforms at BillyD2411, except on Twitter it's Billy Yee because I got kicked off Twitter, and then I still do have a podcast with Rossi. Allegedly, we're going again tomorrow night, Scream 4, as part of our October run of all the Scream movies.
I love this. That's awesome.
And then who knows after that? You can also see them Pineapple Boys Special Time and Night Friday night. The Psych movie is coming out Thursday, so we'll give you a little insight on that. And check out anything I do on social media. It's not bad.
Nice.
Now, so what's interesting, you said that your handle is Billy E. Say that?
Bill Yee.
Bill Yee. See, I thought it would be Bill Ye, like Kanye.
Well, yeah. But I go Yee. I know.
Yee. Okay.
Yeah, but it's
he's Ye.
Is he though? Is that how he says it?
I think so.
Kanye?
Yeah, he's just Kanye.
Kanye.
Yeah.
No, it's Kanye West.
But
so Billy
Easy? I don't know. Tomato.
Yeah.
Again, salt in the wound. It's too much of a live wire. I can't talk about.
But it makes sense for Billy because it's Billy, so it's Bill Yee. It rolls better.
Okay, tomato. Some people like to put the emphasis on the wrong syllable.
Of course.
Okay. I love that, guys. Thank you so much. We'll have a poll out this week, and then we'll see if it's really a 2-man horse.
I hope so.
All right.
You kick him off. Fuck.
2-horse race, right? Is that what I was supposed to say? Yeah, got it.
That's my favorite one ever. I fucked up a ton, but that was my
2-man horse.
Yeah, 2-man horse.
That's good stuff. Wow. Oh man, that's good stuff.
It is time, Wes, to turn into the discharge depot.
Yes, all aboard.
What's been going on with you since we last convened?
Yard work galore. Do you see these hands, Nick? These hands tell a story. Ooh. A story about a man who has done a lot of yard work this weekend. I pulled up trees from roots. I was doing a lot of raking. We're getting the kitchen done. I was drilling holes and putting in handles and stuff and whatnot.
Nice.
Put in a faucet this weekend. I've been like, Tim the Toolman Taylor, my definitive dad, would be proud of me right now. He'd be doing
Although I will say Tim Allen probably agree with you because I feel like there were a few euphemisms in there that a little bit risque, but we'll just leave it as. I'm proud of you though. I can see the calluses very clearly through the screen.
Well, the calluses are actually just from pull-ups.
I
I wear gloves when I do the yard work. That was just really more of a euphemism for me being active. But also Silk Sonic, the album between Anderson .Paak and Bruno Mars, a nice funk classic, funk fusion collaboration album is out right now. Very much enjoy it.
I might have to give that a shot actually because
A little bit of love making, a little bit of wedding music, a little bit of baby making. It runs the whole gamut.
Had you now? If this feels like a stupid question, I apologize, but you know that I don't know the hip hop game like I do like the country game. But excuse me, with Anderson .Paak, I first heard him. I think it was his single that was on Iron Fist. Did he have a lot of stuff before that or no?
He was in actually the same XXL freshman class as Lil Dicky. So I forget what year that was. Mid 2010s, 2015, 2014 or so. But he's not really a rapper. He's kind of like almost kind of like Drake. He kind of raps, but he also kind of sings like in that sense, but he's like more funky.
So is that not the hip hop family?
No, it is, but I just wouldn't say it's like rap.
No,
I don't know.
No.
It's a more accessible hip hop.
Would not call him rap. Anyways, so as I mentioned, I was in Florida for the weekend for a wedding. Had an absolute blast. Definitely felt like shit on the way home, and felt better today for this show, but definitely not at 100%. But that's what we're supposed to do. I'll tell you what, though, man. Like it's been like this for a few years, not just because I'm 30 now, but shit fucking catches up with you as you get older. It's crazy.
Now, may I make a recommendation here? This is perfect hangover cure. I did this the whole bachelor party weekend. Is not
hip-hop game. Yes, I was gonna have you read that out loud, but yes, Billy
Fryer saying not in the hip hop game. That's great, Billy D. Yes, of course, that's good stuff.
Yes,
but no, the cure all that I do for the hangovers, right? I did this during the bachelor party last weekend. Is liquid IV before you go to bed and liquid IV when you wake up in the morning.
Okay. All right.
So it's just like something you buy, you get it at CVS. It's just like electrolytes, the powder that you put in water. And it's like 3 times the amount of water hydration that you need. So you're not chugging 3 glasses of water before bed because you're just going to throw up,
Yeah. So
I can handle 1 glass of water with all the electrolyte stuff in it.
That sounds like great advice. And you wouldn't say to do it while you're doing the drinking and all the other stuff, right?
I think you could do that. I think you could also do that.
Okay. Because I know somebody who had done that before.
You should mix in water with drinking. That's how you don't really get that drunk.
That's fair. Oh yeah. But sometimes you want to get a little.
Well, time and place.
Especially when I know that the best man is going to go and butcher his speech, which he didn't butcher it, but there was a line in there where he may or may not have accidentally said and he didn't actually happen, but he may have accidentally said that he spent the night with the bride, which is his now sister-in-law. It was so fucking bad.
Yeah, that's a tough talk about a 2-man horse. That's a bad time to trip over your words.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah, that's tough.
It was but it was a great time and everything. Great to see old high school friends after having seen some of them for for years because I'm living like Texas and Washington State and stuff. So but yeah, so that's it for me for the Discharge Depot. Is it time, Wes?
I think so.
This week in the Shared Universe.
Alrighty, so Dork is talking about the brand new hit show that I've actually not ever heard of before, but it's apparently a hit, Squid Game.
Yes.
Apparently it just came out recently. It hasn't been out for, months or weeks. So yeah.
Well, they're going to bring it back up. That's the type of power that they have. Just when the drama and the excitement dries down, they're going to drum it back up again.
Yes, yeah, and I will absolutely listen to it, but okay, fine, whatever. Okay, I'm the asshole. Anyways, this will not be the only time that you hear Wes and I. Wes, you're only. Damn it, I jumped the gun. Anyways, Mac and Goo is doing the X-Men, doing X-Men draft featuring TLDR. So Joe and I will be on there on Tuesday night. Tuesday night. So Goo's.
Yeah, and I was as I mentioned, I took a dump with Goo this morning, and when he was previewing the whole week, I was very excited to hear about this. Kind of a play off of your $15 build the best X-Men draft here. But I think he said it's for a mission. But I think each of you should, announce what the mission is and then draft your team for that.
Oh, I will
Almost like a
mention-
Mac v Goo.
I will mention that in there. Yeah, I love that. I love that. Goo told us like to.
He
there's,
said
like-
you would love that.
He said there are. It's almost like you know me and he knows me. Anyways, but it's like I'm predictable or something. But he gave us these other parameters like to consider because I think he's going to pitch it in a little bit more of a complicated way than that. But I'm going to throw that in the mix. I like that idea a lot.
Okay.
But yeah, so I thought this week was the start of Hot Guys on Hawkeye, but I guess that's next week, right?
So it'll officially be this that news dump will serve two purposes. It'll be going on two channels. So it'll go
Gotcha.
on the Hawkeyes on Hawkeye, which Billy D was so gracious to offer up his graphic design services for. I think Marvel's making it really easy on him to make something similar or equal to because it looks great.
Nice.
But I don't think Marvel's trying very hard.
Oh, wow. There you go. Speaking of Hawkeye and Hot Guys, TLDR is going to do a little bit of a look back for Marvel and a look ahead. I'm going to be talking about Black Knight this week, the recent run by Cy Spencer. And then Joe is going to be talking about Hawkeye, which I cannot remember which run he's talking about, but it was on Hoopla. He absolutely loved it. And as for the People for Communism podcast, I think Billy said they're doing Scream, which I believe is like the Scream movies, like with the Ghostface Killer, not some like fucked up thing to do with like communist Russia and like screaming that they heard from prisoners there. But
The
I don't
screams of Auschwitz, right?
I didn't want to go there.
Yeah,
I,
that was.
I
Yeah.
felt like Russia's safer in Auschwitz, so like you kind of.
It's their podcast. I don't know, man.
That's
we're
true,
Just,
yeah.
We're just giving the label. Yeah.
We're reporting the facts. That's all we're doing. So and then of course the streamers. You have Doc at Backcracker, and then Scheim, as you mentioned earlier, on Twitch, and then Davey is over on YouTube on the Dork channel. Wes, I normally wait to say this to you after the show, but I want to ask you on the spot now. Do you want to do Tiger King? Is it next week? It comes out the 17th. Yeah, it comes out this week. Do you want to do Tiger King 2 next week?
I guess we have to. Yeah. We got nothing else. We got a couple of free plays. We got open slots galore.
I'm very excited for this. Honestly, I am.
All right. Yeah. Hey, we'll do it. Tiger King 2.
Don't sound too excited about it.
We'll see. This is I don't know what I'm more excited about. Tiger King 2 or Marvel What If Season 2.
Well, until next week.
Yeah, same bad time, same bad place.